name is Steve Wulf. I'm the permanent deacon assigned to the Basilica of St. Michael the Archangel here in Pensacola, Florida. I've been asked to tell a little bit about my faith journey, my story. I wasn't born a deacon, and I'm an Air Force retiree. I served in the Air Force from 1971 to 1993. During that time, I went through a lot of difficulty. I had 16 years of Catholic education, but come to find that I knew all about God, but I didn't know God. And so the first 42 years of my life was really my story and how I was living my life. Caught up in alcoholism, a functioning alcoholic, and all of the things that go along with being an alcoholic. I didn't ever kill anybody, but all the other things that you can do wrong as an alcoholic, I did most of those. To the point that I considered suicide at one point. I was stationed in South Korea. I had a very bad night, got really terribly drunk, embarrassed my family, diminished myself, and went out on a walk. It was a Sunday morning, November 25th, 1989 to be exact. I walked out to the back gate of Osan Air Base and contemplated jumping off the railroad trestle bridge outside the back gate. I had not a voice, just something inside of me said, you know, that's not going to fix anything. So I went back, I found the chaplain priest. I went to him, I told him I was in trouble, explained to him what was going on. He gave me the sacrament of the sick, heard my confession, and said now I had to go and turn myself in to what we call the Social Actions Office, which I did the next day. Because I had never been in any trouble, documented trouble, I was given an option of either going into the military recovery program or attending a other recovery program that was offered on the base. One would go on my record, the other one, if I managed to stay sober, would not go on my record, since I was what they call self-identified and had not gotten into any official trouble. I did that, went to the meeting, and came to realize that alcohol was my serious problem. And that began my journey into discovering God. I made two good decisions in my life. The first one was to marry my wife. We will be married 54 years this year. The second decision was to say yes to God. Those are the only two good decisions I've ever made. The second one I make on a daily basis now. When I decided to surrender, and the fact that I was no good at controlling what was going on in my life, I turned to this God that I knew all about, and he decided I was ready to establish a relationship with him. It took a while. My sobriety date is in 1989. It was probably 1982, 83, before I started to work the program the way that it was supposed to be. I'm sorry, 1992, 93. I started to work the program the way it was supposed to be worked. And I turned to this God of a new understanding of mine, and he has led me to the path that has brought me to where I am today as a deacon. I will be ordained 25 years next June. I had to discover that personal relationship, and the way that it happened for me was through the Eucharist. It was in the Eucharist that I discovered the love of God. Jesus did more than just die for us. Jesus, because of his love for us, God decided that he wanted to not be here for 33 years, die, ascend into heaven. That was our redemption. But the relationship needed to continue. And he did that through the institution of the Eucharist. He is truly present. He is truly present. Body and blood, soul and divinity in the Eucharist. I've experienced it in ways that are hard to describe, but ways that have changed me as a person to become the person that he created me to be, to do what I believe he created me to do. And that's to allow him to work through me as a deacon in his church. And I have the wonderful privilege today of being able to speak to people about God, talk to them about faith journeys, witness to them about the journey. And remember, this is a person who, for 40 years of his life, knew how to use people, how to manipulate people, how to control people. And God has taken the gifts that were here and turned them from those misappropriations, if you will, of those gifts into the gifts that he had given me for his purpose, which is to help people find a relationship with him, to bring souls to him. It's all his work. It's I'm just the person to try and communicate his desire, his wish, his love in particular, his mercy, his forgiveness, all of that to those who are hurting, to those who want to grow deeper, to those who are willing to do what's necessary to enter into a loving relationship with God. My wife of 54 years went through the worst stages of my life. Our oldest daughter died when she was 13. She had to deal with that. She had to deal with me. And I really learned what love was all about through her, God working through her, and showed me what it meant to love because of all of the sacrifices that she made. So I'm so blessed. That's why I say my best decision to begin with was marrying her. And he has turned our lives into something that you really can't explain or describe accurately or adequately in a video. You have to live it. And I'm living it today. My family is living it today. And don't give up. Never give up. That's the bottom line. That's the bottom line message. Our daughter Katie, that I just told you about, was we were in Germany, and she was in middle school, and part of their requirement was to make a coat of arms, which are big in Europe. And her coat of arms, the banner on her coat of arms, was never give up. She was a young lady who never gave up to the very end. She lived God in ways that we didn't realize until after she had died. Little things like showing up at school early so that she could help the handicapped kids when they were dropped off at school to carry their books to their classroom. I learned a lot from her, unfortunately after her passing, that I missed when she was alive. But she still she's still with us. She still communicates to us in pretty amazing ways. And so that would have to be my bottom line. Never give up. That's the story of my walk with God.